Welcome to this page of the notes. Now what we're going to do here on this page is we're going to look at multiplication and division. This one's slightly trickier. When it comes to multiplication and division, all right, if you multiply or divide a positive number to either side of the inequality, and whatever you do to one side, you have to do to both sides. But as long as it's a positive number, the direction of the inequality will not change. All right. So if I multiply both sides by a positive 3, it stays greater than. Multiply both sides by a negative 3, it stays less than. Right. Whatever you were given, multiply or divide positive numbers, it doesn't change. What I want to point out though, and you should remember this from Algebra 1, when the value that you are multiplying or dividing is negative, you need to remember to flip the inequality sign. If it was greater than, you'll flip it to less than. If it was less than, you'll flip it to greater than. You have to remember to do that, all right? It doesn't sort of work itself out in the math, right? It's not one of those things you can kind of fall into and it works out. You have to remember, multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, flip that inequality, all right? This is the most common mistake kids will make on my quizzes or tests when dealing or solving inequalities. They'll multiply, they'll do all of the arithmetic correctly, but they'll forget this step that's part of the algebra. You got to flip that inequality. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of these just to see what it looks like. I've got this one for you right here, and what I need to do is I need to get that x all by itself. Well, it's currently being multiplied by a negative 4.2. Well, undo multiplication, I need to divide. So we're going to go ahead and divide by negative 4.2. But we know whatever I do to one side, I have to do to both sides. So we divide by a negative 4.2. And now here's where you've got to remember the rule we just looked at up here. Whenever I divide, right, divide, and the number I'm dividing by is negative, you have to flip the inequality. Okay, I can do that. My x is going to be all by itself. The negative 4.2s will cancel each other out. My inequality was less than or equal to. I'm going to flip it to greater than or equal to, and then go ahead and do the division. If you do it right, don't fat finger something on your calculator, should get 7. That's the first way to write it. We can put it in set builder notation. Let's do that. Set builder notation is going to be the brackets, braces, all values of x is my variable, such that x is greater than or equal to 7. Close the braces, and then I need my number line. So let's get that guy in here. Put a couple of values going in each direction. There's 8, there's 9, 6, 5. And here's what I need to know. When I put my circle in here, do I need an open or a closed circle? Yeah, I agree. I am greater than or equal to 7. The equal means fill that circle in. So we're going to have 7, which is included in the solution. So 7 is included. Make sure you bubble that circle in. And then we're going to do everything greater than 7. That's going to be everybody going that direction. So here we go. Where's that go? All right. That concludes all the problems on this page. Again, just remember, multiply or divide by a negative number. You have to remember to flip that inequality. We'll get a little bit more practice with some problems on the next page. So head on over there. I'll meet you there.